21st Century Curriculum. What does this mean? By Christy Lee Bennett. Up until the 1990s, the curriculum and structures typically found in schools reflected the needs of the industrial age, a society in which it was deemed desirable for all students to receive similar instruction to prepare them for the workforce. Presently, the official curriculum in Australia is in flux, as it is undergoing a significant makeover in an attempt to meet the needs of education that responds to what scholars refer to as new times. The need for a curriculum that reflects the governmental, economic and social forces where young students are given the tools to be active and informed citizens is vital for the Australian economy and society to continue to develop and grow within the ever-changing 21st century. This is also suggested by Groundwater Smith, Ewing and Lee Cornu, as they believe that our children will have a number of different careers during their working years, some of which are still to be developed. Over the past 20 years, there have been many major changes in the world that has placed new demands on Australian education. These include global integration, international mobility, influences from India, China and other Asian countries, globalization, environmental pressures such as global warming, and rapid and continuing advances in information and communication technology. These changes for new times are underpinned by the ideal of neoliberalism, where educational policies of the Howard, Rudd and Gillard governments reflect the global emphasis on choice, competition and performance. The connection between globalisation and economic competitiveness in a global economy has caused a major shift in the Australian education system. It has shifted from the notion of education as a public good to a strengthening of the relationship between education and the vision of students as human capital. The need for students to be well equipped with the essential skills, knowledge and capabilities to thrive and compete in a globalised world and information-rich workplaces is essential. This has also pushed for emphasis on higher academic standards and more rigorous testing such as NAPLAN. These skills, values and the need for students to be active and informed citizens are reflected in the Melbourne Declaration, as it makes explicit connections between the economic, global competitiveness and the education system to produce workers. Also, the influences from global integration and international mobility has driven the National Australian Curriculum to place emphasis on creating Asia literate and socially cohesive students. Australia's population in the 21st century is that of multicultural, and new times are pushing for young people to have an understanding of cultural and religious diversity both nationally and globally. For example, the Australian curriculum places emphasis on the need for young people to become Asia literate, so that they are able to appreciate the economic, political and cultural interconnections that Australia has with the region. These driving forces have also pushed for the need to educate young people about sustainability. Sustainability has not only become a national concern but also an international one, as governments around the world are now accepting that unless action is taken, climate change will seriously damage the natural environment, quality of life and the economy. The implementation of sustainability within the Australian curriculum provides endless possibilities for the students to learn about and become a part of the global battle to slow global warming. The aims of sustainability within the curriculum are as stated by the Australian curriculum to allow young people to develop an appreciation of the need for more sustainable patterns of living and to build capacities for thinking, valuing and acting necessary to create a more sustainable future. The structure of sustainability within the curriculum provides flexibility in what and how to teach, through having curriculum links within the English, mathematics, science and history strands. It allows teachers to make clear connections between school and the outdoor environment from both a local and global perspective, because, as suggested by the New South Wales Education and Training, Sustainability is only possible if it occurs across a range of scales from local to global. It also encourages students to become creative, autonomous, connected, reflective and deep-thinking, accountable and ethical learners who reflect responsible citizenship. In contrast, the implementation of sustainability within the national curriculum may have some implications on the teaching and learning within the classroom. Firstly, as stated by Carter Mackenzie, there is yet to be a clear definition of what sustainable development is. However, the most common broad views presented are technological sustainability and ecological sustainability. Within the Australian curriculum, it seems that a strong focus is on the technological sustainability rather than ecological, as there is a large focus on what impacts we as human beings are having on the environment. It also has little or no mention of the basic concepts that have appeared in earlier environmental studies, such as nature, wild, wilderness, and animals, giving little or no opportunities for students to learn about the natural environment as it is. Secondly, the implementation of sustainability within the Australian curriculum seems to be very broad and not easy to follow or comprehend. This ultimately could have huge implications as many teachers already lack awareness and knowledge about these conceptual ideas. This is where there needs to be a principle of shared, constructive and effective learning to help build understandings about education for sustainability. Otherwise, this priority within the curriculum could be taught unclearly or, in the worst case, forgotten. Finally, even though the national curriculum reflects the political, social and economic forces of new times, it provides students with the opportunity to contribute to the Australian economy from both a national and global perspective, through equipping themselves with the tools necessary in becoming active and informed citizens.